Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright. Welcome to Space Jam.
I hope you all enjoy your Thanksgiving break. Welcome to this episode of Ram Center. As always, I'm your co-host, Cheyenne Dantzler.
And I'm James Jackson. So, Shy, how was your Thanksgiving break?
It was great. You know, I'm glad I got caught up with some homework, had some great food. What about you?
Same. And this is the earliest my family's ever eaten, so I was out by like 7 o'clock.
Oh, no,
It
my
was
family
great.
was just eating at 7.
Really?
Yes.
I wish I could have stayed up later. I was
Yes.
wasting my Thanksgiving. But I have no regrets.
Yeah, no regrets,
Ate
no
till I was
regrets. I
full.
have some leftovers to, eat. I'm kind of getting sick of them, though. I'm
Yeah.
kind of getting sick of them.
Big family, no leftovers.
Yeah. Coming up this episode, we have Spencer's Field Report with the men's basketball coach and my This Day in Sports segment, followed by Marcellus's By the Numbers, then Samara, as always, with her Pro Sports segment. So let's kick this episode off talking about our women's basketball team.
Of course, our women's basketball team currently sits at a record of 1-3 following their loss at Clarion University last week. Since then, junior forward Madison Torreson scored a PSAC East Co-Athlete of the Week honors. In this weekend's pair of games, Torreson led the team in scoring with 33 combined points, 18 rebounds, and 7 steals. In the final 34 seconds to help secure the team's first victory of the season against Gannon on Sunday, she produced 17 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 steals for her third double-double of the season. As of right now, she is the team's leading scorer, averaging 17.5 points and 9.8 rebounds per contest. So congratulations to Madison on her achievement this week. Well deserved.
It definitely is. Congratulations also. Now, she's a great player. We also have talked about her earlier in this season,
Yes, we
haven't
have.
we? I feel like we're going to definitely be
was
talking about her more.
She was a big part in their first win. Hopefully she can be a bigger part as they try to turn the season
Yeah,
around.
good luck. Now we're going to shift over to our men's basketball team. The team currently sits at an overall record of 3-2. This past weekend, the team came out with a W against Bowie State University with a final close score of 94-92. The Golden Rams trailed as by many as 10 points on 2 different occasions in the first half, but battled back to take a 46-40 advantage by the break. The Rams also opened up a 12-point lead early in the second quarter just to see the Bulldogs come roaring back with a 29-17 spurt over more than 8 minutes left in the game, tied at 80-80, just 6 minutes left. Now with 16 seconds remaining, freshman guard Zach Baer hit a jumper in the lane that set the team on top. Westchester begins a 5-game road swing on Tuesday at Bloomfield College in New Jersey. And tip-off is set for 7 p.m.
It was a hard-fought game by the Golden Rams.
Yeah,
That's what we
that was
like
close,
to see.
92-94. I'm glad we came out on top.
Deficit of 10 points, 2 separate occasions, but
Yep.
didn't let that stop them. Came
They
roaring
did it.
back.
Yeah, I'm proud of our boys.
Speaking of the men's basketball team, we're going to throw it over to Spencer, who was with our men's basketball coach.
Thanks, James Shan. I'm here with Coach Blair of the Westchester men's basketball team. Coach, going into the season, what's your expectations so far?
Well, the expectation every year is to be as competitive as we possibly can, win as many games as we possibly can, and put ourselves in a situation that at the end of the year we're playing at our best, and we could put the team in a situation where we can, get to the conference championship again.
Right, so now trying to get back there to the conference championship. What's it going to take? Who's going to be some players, some captains that are going to step up to this team that you expect to outperform a little bit?
Well, our 2 freshmen last year helped us get to the conference championship, Malik Jackson and Matt Pennical, and they're going to have to do much of the same this year. With losing Matt Wisely, I mean, that's a big loss. It's almost impossible to fill his shoes, but the 2 of them have to lead in order for us to be successful.
Awesome. So trying to, like I said earlier, so lost in the PSAC championship game last year, lost in the first round.
We don't want to talk about that.
Right, exactly. What's it going to take this year to get back there? Who's going to also have to step up? How's the offense? How's the defense? How are we going to look so far?
Well, that's going to be a lot tougher for us to get back there, just for the simple fact that we got a really young team. Matt and Malik are both sophomores now, but we also have another freshman that'll be starting, Tim Toro, and Jackson Highland, who's a sophomore. So we're probably the youngest team in the league. So we're a little bit inexperienced. So the quicker that we can understand, what it's like to play PSAC basketball and play at a very high level, then I think the better chance that we have to getting back.
Awesome. Well, hey, thanks, Coach. I appreciate it. Back to you guys in the studio.
Welcome to This Day in Sports. On this day in sports in 1927, Dodgers sportscaster Vin Scully was born. Scully retired in 2016, and his 67 seasons with the Dodgers is the longest tenure of any broadcaster with a single team in professional sports history. Scully was also a recipient of the Presidential Medal of Freedom this month. Now over to Marcellus with By the Numbers.
What's going on, Rams? And welcome back to another edition of By the Numbers. My name is Marcellus Cancel-Jones, and this week I'll be comparing some of the hard hitters in the NFL. In my opinion, my favorite position to watch on defense is the linebacker position. And two players come to my mind when it comes to dominate the game now. The two players are Denver Broncos linebacker Von Miller and Oakland Raiders linebacker and defensive end Khalil Mack. Let's compare these two hard hitters and see what impact they have in the league today. Khalil Mack has wasted no time making an impact in the NFL during his 2 seasons in the league. Just last season, he had 57 solo tackles, 20 assisted tackles, and an amazing 15 sacks. He continues to put the Raiders defense on his back. And this season, as of November 28th, he currently has 32 solo tackles, 13 assisted tackles, 8 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. Von Miller showed up on the biggest stage against the Carolina Panthers in Super Bowl 50, and why he is no one to mess with. Going back to his sophomore season, he had 55 tackles, 13 assisted tackles, 18.5 sacks, and 1 interception for 26 yards that was returned for a touchdown. As of November 28th, Miller has 29 solo tackles, 10 assisted tackles, 9.5 sacks, and a 4th fumble on the season. Well, that's all the time I have for this week's edition of By the Numbers. Make sure to stay tuned for the next episode of Ram Center. And my name is Marcellus. And now to Samara with the Pro Sports segment. Samara?
Tom Brady continues to make history as he led his team to a comeback win against the Jets on Sunday afternoon. Brady joins Peyton Manning for the most wins by a quarterback in NFL history with 200. Brady rallied the Patriots, throwing an 8-yard touchdown to Malcolm Mitchell with 1 minute and 56 seconds left to lift the Patriots over the Jets 22-17. Meanwhile, head coach of the Jets, Todd Bowles, elected to start Ryan Fitzpatrick as quarterback despite having a banged-up knee. Fitzpatrick threw for 269 yards and 2 touchdowns, keeping wide receivers Quincy Enunwa and Brandon Marshall busy. On the potential game-winning drive for the Jets, Fitzpatrick was sacked and fumbled the football, which was picked up by the Patriots to seal the win for them. The Cleveland Browns have yet to win a game this season, as they sit at the bottom of the AFC North with an 0-12 record. Odell Beckham Jr. pulled in 2 touchdowns with 96 yards on 6 receptions, while Eli Manning threw for 194 yards and 3 touchdowns. In an NFC East matchup, the Cowboys continued to show their dominance, beating the Redskins 31-26 on Thanksgiving. Kirk Cousins' 449 yards and 3 touchdowns were not enough to stop rookies Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott, who combined for 3 touchdowns of their own. The 10-game win streak is the longest in Cowboys history. Switching over to basketball, the 76ers dropped another close game against the Cavaliers on Sunday, 112-108. The team has been looking sharp, recording 2 wins in a row, both at home. Joel Embiid is continuing to put up big numbers despite his minutes restriction, dropping 22 points against the Cavs with 9 rebounds and 3 blocks in 25 minutes. Still at the bottom of the Eastern Conference, the 76ers will face the Raptors, Magic, and Celtics this week in hopes to move up in the rankings. That's all I have for Pro Sports this week. I'm Samara Rosenfeld. James and Cheyenne, back to you.
Thank you, Samara. And a lot happening over the
Yeah.
Thanksgiving weekend. Cleveland Browns still haven't won a game. I know. But on the plus side for Philly sports fans, Joel Embiid continues to look really good for the Sixers, even with the minutes restriction.
And then what about those Cowboys and the Redskins?
Continue to eating. Continue to eating. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode. Make sure you follow us on our Instagram and Twitter at WCU Ram Center, and also like our Facebook page. As always, I'm James Jackson.
And I'm Cheyenne Dantzler. Have a great week, go to Rams, and we'll see you next week.